G'day guys, this your bubbly host, H2O Queen. I hope my Dream Stream family and viewers are well. I stream on Twitch. If you'd like to come and hang out with me, I have a pretty positive vibe and chill community. You can go and find out more in my description below. I do stream every Monday, Friday and Sunday. I created a video that was focused not only on newer players, maybe perhaps as like a refresher video for our former players, those that particularly might have started earlier on in 2019 prior to Pokemon Duel closing down. So as we know, our beautiful Pokemon Duel community has been increasing, so that is amazing. And being the person that I am, I love to educate, help others and, bring awareness about Pokemon Duel. And I thought, why not a better way than to create an informative video that would let you guys know how to play this and go through some of the steps on how to play Pokemon Duel. And I know that some amazing content creators, particularly Rocket Rob Gaming and Rico, have been recently doing giveaways, and I know more than ever because of those giveaways we have newer players, which is just amazing, and this helps increase our player base as well, and it's a really good way for people to be introduced to Pokemon Duel if they get the giveaway prize. So congratulations to everyone that has won a giveaway this far, thanks to their kindness. So I'm really hoping that through this video that it'll help you guys. And just in case you're wondering, you'll see an eye icon above me. I did create a Pokemon figure analysis guide, which just perfectly fits who I am. Even though it's really old, it's still near and dear to my heart because it was my way of being able to give back to the community, and you guys are like really important to me, and I thought this would help. So for most of this video, I will be here on the screen. So I'll try and keep it entertaining as possible. I thought with it being like a larger screen, that you guys will enjoy myself talking to you through here. So I'm going to talk you through as to what is Pokemon Duel. So Pokemon Duel is an auto chess game. If anyone has played games such as Hearthstone or Teamfight Tactics, then this game will be very familiar. Then you'll be very familiar with this type of game. Pokemon Duel consists of 99% RNG, and the rest is strategy and bit of. So Pokemon Duel is a spin-off of the original Pokemon figure game, which was started in 2006 for Europe and Southeast Asia, and then North America and Japan. This is a spin-off the original Pokemon figure game, which started in 2006 for Europe, Australia, and Southeast Asia. And in 2007, was it? I think North America and Japan had gotten the game. Sadly, though, in July 2009, the Pokemon figure game was discontinued. So come January 2017, Pokemon Duel was released, it was exclusive to Japan, and the game was developed by a company called Haroz and was, as you know, trademarked by Nintendo. Eventually, it was available for global release to the rest of the world by February 2017. During Pokemon Duel's lifespan, actually, no, it wasn't February. It was actually late January 2017, I think. Let me know, guys, if I got that wrong. However, during Pokemon Duel's lifespan, we had a very, very large active social media community. There was roughly, from what I know from my personal experience, there was about 100 people that I knew of throughout various communities, and however, I know statistically that there was over thousands of players playing this game originally when it was first out. And during that time, we had clans formed, such as B, C, D, N, I, M, and then that was my clan, which I run for a few months. Then there was S, X, and V, just to name a few. And then we had people like Rocket Rub Gaming, who was pretty much the forefather of a variety of Poju tournaments. Poju is short for Pokemon Duel, and was our most memorable. That was the World Cup for 2019. And yeah, Australia run, and I still have my Pokemon Duel medal, which I love and I'm very, very proud of. And that was such good times. And we had like lots of other variety of tournaments happening throughout, the time of the 2 years that Pokemon Duel was out. So we had about 12 OG original gangster 2017 content creators, including, however not limited to, KW175, Pokephoto, Rico, myself, Care Bear, SHD Games, Saturday Night Monster, Giggity Gaming, and in 2017 we saw the rising of Reckless EX, Rocket Road Gaming, Showtime, and Divani. So despite all of our happiness and everything that was going on, behind the scenes, Pokemon Duel did suffer the same fate as the Pokemon figure analysis guide. And, again, Pokemon Duel, unfortunately suffered the same fate as the Pokemon figure game, and was unfortunately discontinued, in October 2019, and we had very little notice about the foreclosure, and it was devastating to most of us. And then fortunately we got some hope back in July of this year. Rob had sourced out some information about Shutterbug 2000 and Cairo Duel, and that they were going to look at perhaps rising this game from the ashes, which was just really incredible. And I did create an actual video about Pokemon Duel rising from the ashes. So go click on the eye icon and you can go and watch my video there if you guys would like to. And so here we are, with thanks to the Cairo Duel team, particularly Shutterbug 2000, who has gracefully and thankfully brought Pokemon Duel back to all of us. And I just want to give a shout out to Jakemon, Haile and Divani for the games that will form my video. So thank you so much for making this possible. It's been a lengthy process, guys. I'm sorry if it's not flowing too well. It's taken me nearly 4 hours to get all the videos together, all the data, and just to write this all up just to make sure that it flows correctly. So excuse the length, and I'm sorry, but it's going to be a little bit detailed, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it at least. So now I'm going to walk you through on how to play and what happens when you start a match. When you enter into Pokemon Duel, you will need to press the yellow button as you see here. Because the game is currently in alpha, it's very dependent on who is online. So in my case, I was fortunate I managed to matchmake, so I got paired with somebody. But you may need to access the Cairo Duel matchmaking channel to organize a game with someone. If there isn't anyone online, then sadly you can't be paired. This game is totally reliant on an online server, so you can never play offline. So if you ever get stuck in any way, go to the menu and then go to help, and you'll be able to read through a list of the help items listed if you need it. So as the game attempts to pair you, you will see that there'll be thing that pops up that will say dual opponent found, and then you'll see a spinning arrow, and it will show your name and your opponent's name, and you will enter into the duel and see a board, and that's when the game will start. And then from this you will learn how to set up. Not to confuse you with strategy, I'll talk about that later. However, setup is all about positioning of your figures and how and when to bring them from the bench. So as an example with this duel, my opponent will start with Piplup, and I matched Piplup with my Charmander, and both of our figures are 3 MP, with both gives us an edge. Sometimes 3 MP figures have the ability to quickly win a duel, solely depending on their ability, attack damage and RNG, especially if the opponent blocks you with stronger figures. Usually the opponent will also set up board as well, or could play completely offensively or defensively depending on how you move your figures. And as you guys were seeing here, I was just checking through all the figures to demonstrate to you guys to make sure how you match your figures and to be aware of how much miss or what the wheel is like, and just see how pairing goes before you place your figures out onto the field. Also, just keep in mind that due to this game currently being in alpha, you cannot select your own teams, so there is a larger chance that you'll get random decks, and some of them might be all 2 MP figures, which can limit your mobility to rush, which means you need to be careful about your board placement and looking at your figures wheel and how they work. So there are 5 color types within Pokemon Duel. So for now, I'm showcasing purple, whites, and blue. But there is also gold and red. I just didn't have any figures with the gold wheel slice, unfortunately. But the red wheel slice will always be a miss. However, with the 4 remaining colors, they all have a possibility to do something on the field. So the only time that wheel size can become active if it has an asterisk, and those asterisks will indicate that figure can do something on the field. So, and that could be affected from your whites, your purples to your golds, as well as your blues. Just be also very careful as well, and be vigilant on reading a figure's ability in case it does something that could ultimately put you in an unfavorable position. So such as Skarmory with Flyaway. And this is how you learn to strategize. Despite RNG being the dominating factor of this game, learning how to strategize is important. This game I had with Haile was really awesome and showcases the possibility that could have unfolded if the game hadn't crashed. So in this instance, you can see here, Marchop is going to go against Sandshrew. Now, if my opponent checked Sandshrew's ability, it has what's called Sandveil, and it just showcases up there on the screen. So now I can respond with that with, I think that's Bagon, and I can ultimately get the surround. So if my opponent was more careful as to how they place their figures, they wouldn't have lost that. And then I can, on my next turn, also take out their Spinator. And likewise, moving forward, if they had put their Esper on the goal and their Piplup attacked into my Sandshrew, ultimately my Sandshrew could have been knocked out because I have poor board positioning. So there's all a lot to do with placement and where you put your figures. So in this case on the field, we predominantly have Skarmory, whom I was talking about earlier, has the active wheel slice to fly. Meowth has their wheel slice to allow for fake out, which we can see here. So Meowth is going to attack into Skarmory, and if it did land fake out, it would have been very bad for me and could put me into a position that could have forced my opponent to take my goal within perhaps 2 turns. So just like Sandshrew has the ability with Sandveil to hop over all opponents' figures. And in turn, these could be favorable, unfavorable, depending on where your figure is on the board and how your opponent strategizes. So which is knowing how to set up understanding a figure's will and how they work, and they are so important to winning the match. Well, most of the times, a lot of RNG is in your favor. So, like, there's just so many variables that could have happened in this game, causing me to lose if the game was in better position. And there's just so many factors to consider when strategizing and playing the game. And particularly this setup, if Meowth had gotten Fake Out, that would have surrounded my Bayleaf, and ultimately I would have lost that. And yeah, so this is why Z moves are so important. As you guys can see, my Z gauge bar is all glowing green, and my Executor is going to go and knock out Denity. And so the advantage of Z moves is all through certain things that happen on the field, which is what I will show you in a bit. But this is a showcase of what a Z move does, and in this turn it helped heal my team. So when you arrive to the lobby, you'll see back, home, decks, fusion, shop, and menu. I will meet you guys on the page, but what you need to do is go to menu, help, battles or duel, I think it is, and then you go down to Z moves. Our support ID is in the menu button, so I can't show that to you guys, unfortunately. Alright, so here we go. So this is all about Z moves. So it tells you how a Z move works, and then this tells you about the gauge, which is what I'm going to read out to you. So the gauge fills fast when any of the following situations occur. None of your Pokemon are on the field, such as when your Pokemon have been excluded or moved into the Ultra space. So these are all factors that you worry about later when the Pokemon Duel is out in full version. Any of your Pokemon are occupying any points within the top 2 ranks of the field, and any opposing Pokemon are occupying any points within the bottom 2 ranks of the field, and there are 100 or fewer turns left in the duel. So that is all factors that it takes into account as well when it is factoring in how the Z move gauge fills up. And there is like a list of Z moves which I will showcase you. I won't read them all the way through. You guys can go through the help menu and read it through. But for now, I know we have Bloom Doom and Gigavolt Havoc. All of these other ones will start coming through. I know we've got access to Acid Downpour, but I think that one is currently broken. Tectonic Rage works. I know that we've got Supersonic Sky Strike. I know we have Shattered Psych, Savage Spin Out. I don't think we have access to Continental Crush. We don't have access to this one just yet. I have seen Black Hole Eclipse. I know there is a figure that does have it. And most of these are all here. But some of the more specific Pokemon ones won't be coming out until full meta. And the ones that you see with the purple font are related to a purple wheel slice, and the white are relevant to a white wheel slice. I really hope that video did help, guys. I'm sorry for it being so long and perhaps technical, but I love doing this stuff. This video's almost taken me nearly 5 hours to edit, record, and render. I'm still yet to make my thumbnail at the time I'm recording this. But yeah, hopefully that'll help you guys a little bit more. There is a lot more practice that you guys will need in order to get where you need to go. But hopefully this will just at least point out some factors that will help you to become a better Pokemon Duel player. And of course, I have a Discord, which you can access in my description below if you want to come out and help me out. If you guys want to just come and ask me any questions, feel free to. Also, you can find Kyra Duel's Discord if you want to organize some matchmaking sessions with some other people from the community. If you guys did find this video really informative and did help, please make sure to give this video the big thumbs up and to please smash the subscribe button. All your support helps, guys. And again, this was a lot of fun making this. Hopefully this helps some of our newer players and is a bit of a refresher course for some of our older players. I could have gone into a little bit more detail, but again, I didn't want to overwhelm with so much information. So hopefully it helped. And yeah, this is your bubbly host, H2O Queen, over and out. Peace, love, light, enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much, guys, again for your support, and all the best.